When Randy Orton made his shocking return, he made it clear he was coming for championship gold, and that put Cody Rhodes on notice. But what if we're all looking at the wrong man? The Viper's comeback wasn't just a legend looking to reclaim his spot. It was the next calculated chapter in one of WWE's most personal and violent rivalries. While everyone is focused on Cody, they're missing the real story. Orton's return was always about Drew McIntyre. This wasn't a random attack to make a statement. This was personal. We're about to break down the years of history, the bad blood, and the master plan that proves Orton's true endgame isn't just the title, it's revenge. To really get why Randy Orton is back, you have to look past the obvious. On January 2nd, 2026, Orton returned to SmackDown, laid out The Miz with 2 thunderous RKOs, and soaked in a massive ovation. Later that night, he approached the undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes and laid his cards on the table. He made it known that once Cody's business with Drew McIntyre was settled, he was next in line for the title. On the surface, it's a classic, effective return. A legendary challenger steps up to the champion, but Randy Orton isn't a simple man. He's a master of psychological warfare who plays chess while everyone else plays checkers. His statement to Cody wasn't just a challenge, it was a message. By telling Cody to handle his business with Drew, Orton was practically giving his blessing for the war to come. Why would he do that? Because Randy Orton wants to see Drew McIntyre go through hell. He wants the Scottish warrior battered, broken, and pushed to his absolute limit. He doesn't want to interfere or cost Drew the title. No, he wants a ringside seat to the carnage, because for him, vengeance is a dish best served cold. The title is the prize, sure, but the path to that prize, a path that cuts right through a decimated Drew McIntyre, is the real victory. This isn't some new development. It's the boiling point of a feud that's been simmering for years, a story of betrayal, brutality, and a debt Orton fully intends to collect. To find the roots of this hatred, you have to rewind to 2020. Drew McIntyre was riding high as the WWE Champion, but Randy Orton, deep in his sadistic legend killer phase, saw him as nothing more than a target. Their feud wasn't about professional respect, it was about humiliation and destruction. Orton spent weeks taking out legends who supported Drew, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Big Show, and Christian all, to isolate McIntyre before moving in for the kill. The brutality peaked at Clash of Champions in a barbaric ambulance match. In a moment of perfect poetic justice, McIntyre retained his title by hitting Orton with his own signature, a punt kick, before shoving him into the ambulance and slamming the doors. But a man like Orton doesn't just forget, he doesn't forgive. Being humiliated like that only fuels his fire. This all led to a showdown inside the most demonic structure in WWE, Hell in a Cell, on October 25th, 2020. There was no one to help Drew. It was just predator versus prey. After a brutal war that saw both men take sickening falls, Orton did what he does best. He waited for that perfect moment, dodged a claymore, and hit an RKO out of nowhere to capture his 14th World Championship. He didn't just beat Drew McIntyre. He stole his dream and left him with a pain far worse than any injury. A seed of pure hatred was planted that night, and Randy Orton has been waiting patiently for the right moment to watch it bloom. After their war in 2020, their careers went in different directions. McIntyre would briefly regain the WWE Championship before embarking on a long, frustrating journey back to the top. Orton, meanwhile, moved on to other storylines, even finding huge success and popularity as part of RKO. But a viper never changes its skin, it only sheds it. The animosity between him and Drew never vanished. It just lay dormant, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. After his last appearance on SmackDown on October 3rd, 2025, Orton disappeared for a few months. While he was gone, Drew McIntyre's obsession with Cody Rhodes and the undisputed WWE Championship grew, and the stage was being set for their epic confrontation. Orton was silent, watching from the shadows. Think about it from his perspective. He saw his old rival, Drew McIntyre, clawing his way back to the very top. He saw the man who humiliated him in that ambulance match on the cusp of glory once more. An apex predator is defined by its patience, and Orton was simply waiting for the perfect time to re-enter the food chain. His absence wasn't a retreat, it was a hunt. This all brings us back to that night, January 2nd, 2026. After re-establishing his dominance by dropping The Miz, Orton calmly approached Cody Rhodes. Think about his words. After you get past Drew McIntyre, coming for the WWE Championship. Every single word was chosen with surgical precision. He isn't challenging Cody directly, is he? He's challenging the winner. He's positioning himself to be the one who benefits from their war. He knows a high-stakes match between two rivals like Cody and Drew will be career-altering. It's the kind of match that leaves scars. Orton is guaranteeing that whoever walks out as champion will be a fraction of their former self. This is Orton's genius. If Cody Rhodes wins, Orton faces a champion who has just been through an absolute meat grinder. That's a much easier path to his 15th world title. But if Drew McIntyre wins, well, that's the jackpot. If Drew somehow survives and wins the championship, he will have finally reached the top of the mountain, only to turn around and see the ghost of his past waiting for him. He'll be a wounded animal, and we all know who the apex predator is. Orton would get to be the one to end Drew's reign before it even starts. It would be the ultimate payback for the ambulance match, the ultimate reversal of his Hell in a Cell victory. He wouldn't just beat Drew. He would take everything from him at the absolute pinnacle of his success. His return isn't about one target. It's a two-pronged attack. He's using Cody Rhodes as a weapon to soften up Drew McIntyre, ensuring that no matter who wins, the Viper gets what he truly wants. This is long-term storytelling at its absolute finest, and Randy Orton is its undisputed master. So, what do you think? Is Orton just playing it smart and taking the easiest road to the title? Or is this all driven by a deep-seated need for revenge against Drew McIntyre? Let me know your theories down in the comments.
Oh.
And if you enjoy these deep dives into WWE storylines, make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications so you never miss another breakdown. When you put all the pieces together, the picture is terrifyingly clear. The violent history, the years of simmering resentment, and the precise wording of his challenge all point to one thing. Randy Orton is playing a game nobody else even realizes has begun. He's sitting back to watch two of his greatest rivals tear each other limb from limb, knowing that he'll be waiting, fresh and ready, to pick the bones of whoever is left. While Cody is fighting for his legacy and Drew is fighting for validation, Randy Orton is fighting for something far darker, the systematic and complete destruction of an old enemy. The undisputed WWE Championship might be the prize he walks away with, but the real trophy he's after is the broken spirit of Drew McIntyre.